And our first presentation is to recognize the staff, students, teachers, and community members involved in the county's historical marker project. And this resolution was requested by myself, Supervisor Palchik, and Supervisor Smith. And our speaker today is Edwin B. Henderson, Chair of the Fairfax County History Commission. Marker, I'm sorry, I'm just getting a note that Mr. Henderson is not here. So Ramona Carroll from Neighborhood and Community Services will speak on the group's behalf. If you could come on down to the podium. And at this time, I'm going to turn to Supervisor Palchik to read the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Whereas at the beginning of 2022, the Historical Marker Project, I think we want all the kids to come on down.
Yeah, sure. Anyone who is here for this proclamation is welcome to come on down. And actually, Supervisor Palchik, why don't we wait for
Yes,
1
let's go ahead
second
and do it.
and allow some of them to make their way down safely.
My goodness, how many school buses do we have outside?
Yeah.
Must be a lot of school buses outside.
Maybe.
I suspect.
I guess so. Unless their parents brought them, but I guess there's not enough parents.
No, I
There's not enough parents for all
I
these
think
kids.
these are field trips.
Yeah, it's a field trip. No, it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
It's part
They're
of,
gonna remember it.
should be part of fourth grade civics.
It's like a field trip.
Yes,
Come to the
exactly.
government center.
I'm sure that most of them, 99% of them have never been.
Probably not.
May not even know.
No,
what
yeah.
the city project is.
You let you say that. Yeah, I think it's true.
This is not some place for kids to go.
No.
I was thinking, most people, it's
Not most people's. So cute. It's amazing.
very good.
When I see Mary in the back.
Gotta be.
Amazing. Amazing. Welcome all of you to the Government Center. What an outstanding way to start our morning. Supervisor Palchik.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm just thinking about our next generation of when we'll see some of these kids sitting at this dais. So good to see you here this morning. Whereas at the beginning of 2022, the Historical Marker Project was launched, focused on the African American history of Fairfax County and allowing new stories to be shared with our community. And whereas the project's goal was to reveal narratives and oral histories of our African American communities whose history, culture, and accomplishments in the county are underrepresented in our history books, lessons, and markers. And whereas through the tireless efforts of staff, students, teachers, and volunteers and support from the community, the Historical Marker Project has come to fruition. And whereas the numerous students, classes, scout troops, and other groups submitted proposals for 53 individual and group markers, with 6 outstanding markers selected from a group of 14 finalists by a committee of Fairfax County History Commission. And whereas through Fairfax County's newest historical markers, residents and visitors can learn the remarkable histories of Louise Archer, Lillian Blackwell, Annie Harper, Gunnels Chapel, Colin Powell, and the West Springfield 16. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, on behalf of all residents of Fairfax County, does hereby congratulate and thank all of the participants and supporters who made the inaugural Historical Marker Project a success. and offer special congratulations to the students whose work helped uncover these important stories from our history.
Second.
And I'm happy to second that along with Supervisor Smith. Discussion on the motions, Supervisor Palchik.
Sure, I know we are just thrilled to see all of you here today. I think it's definitely the best part of our meeting today, if not this year. We are so proud of all of you and so grateful to everyone who supported this work, from our History Commission to our staff, our parents, our teachers, our scout leaders, and those who've been doing this even for years before this project. In July of 2021, our board approved a joint matter presented by myself, Chairman McKay, Supervisor Lusk, and Supervisor Smith, together with the Fairfax County School Board, launching a historical markers contest jointly, and not just about the contest, but to me what was truly important, and we were happy to take the time to do it properly, was to ensure that this was going to come to our classrooms, that your teachers were able to use this as project-based learning. I know as a former FCPS student, I'm just a little jealous, but very excited for all of you and your peers and your teachers to be able to learn more about our history and our past here in Fairfax County, especially the many African American families and community members who helped build what we are here today. The inaugural contest did focus on our African American history to really allow those new stories, and really not new, but maybe new to some of us, stories to be shared not just with you, with our families, with our community, and I hope that you will continue to share those with your friends and colleagues and in generations to come. The goal was really to focus on those narratives and oral histories, whose history, culture, and accomplishments have been underrepresented. And we're so fortunate that we were able to do this jointly with our colleagues on the school board, and to honor those of you who submitted today. I know the History Commission had a tough time because they were overwhelmed by the number of submissions that they received. And those of you here today really went above and beyond. You were able to find the ones that really needed to be shown that hadn't been shown yet, and I know that there will be others to come. So we have our honorees here today. I will try hopefully to name all of you who are here or the groups representing here. I also truly want to thank the voting committee members. I think some of them are here with us, who used their volunteer time to help review these submissions. You also have your teachers. Teachers, can you just raise your hand, those of you who helped? Thank you so much. We were just thrilled by the number of submissions, and we know we wouldn't have seen that without your work and dedication above and beyond what you already do in your classrooms for your kids. So we're delighted to spotlight, and through the tireless efforts, I'm thrilled to name our submitters. Let's see, how about when I say the group, if you want to raise your hands so that we know you're representing them. We have, let me start, I believe 6 finalist winners. The first is from Louise Archer. Who is here from Louise Archer today? Woo. Some of our youngest but mightiest representatives here. We actually had 2 groups of submitters that submitted Louise Archer. We had Sydney Guthrie and Hunter Guthrie, 10th grade at James Madison High School. Are you here with us today?
Yes, they are right here.
There. Oh, excellent. As well, so 10th grader at James Madison, 8th grader at Luther Jackson. Wonderful to have you here. We also had a submission by the 4th graders of Louise Archer Middle School. Elementary school, I was going to say, this says middle school. And their sponsored teacher, Anna Marie Harris. So all 4 teachers from Louise Archer. If you want to raise your hand, those of you who are here with us today. Thank you. And I believe some of you are now in the 5th grade, is that correct? Yes, excellent. So I know it's been a long process, and I'm sure you're excited to see your 4th grade teachers again, and to be with us here today, a little bit taller than you were last year. So thank you for your excellent work. The next group was Lillian Blackwell, and that was submitted by Marin Fikru, Delano Telford, Maddie Hagg, at 12th and 11th grade at South County High School. I hope I pronounced your names correctly. Are you with us here today? Hello,
There we go.
teachers here. Thank you. We also, number 3, the third submission was for Annie Harper, and that was submitted by the, I believe, last year 4th graders of Island Creek Elementary School and their sponsor and teacher, Ms. Maura Keeney. Are you with us here today? Current 5th graders? Excellent. And I know we're delighted. Maura not only submitted this, but Maura has been doing this work for many, many years. So thank you so much, Maura, for your continued efforts in our community. And our 4th submission, it was Robert Gunnell of Gunnell's Chapel, and this was submitted by last year's 4th and 5th graders at Haycock Elementary School, sponsored by Stephanie Duffield and Patty Gray, teachers at Haycock Elementary. Haycock, are you here with us today?
Yeah.
Woo! Excellent, thank you. And I know I got to meet a couple of the students up earlier. Number 5 is our own General Colin Powell, and he was submitted by Caroline Fox, a resident of McLean. Caroline, are you here with us today? There she is. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. And finally, a marker commemorating the 16 officially enslaved individuals, better known as the West Springfield 16, who were on the land of the West Springfield High School, where the West Springfield High School now stands. I apologize. And that was submitted by the Applied History class of teacher Brian Heinz of West Springfield High School. West Springfield, are you here today? Woo! Excellent. I know we are just so delighted, and what I love is that we have, as you can see, every age group in our community, from elementary school, middle school, and high school here representing, because this is work that all of us can do and will continue to do to help ensure that we recognize and understand the history, the complete history here of Fairfax County. Those of you here today, or visitors, future visitors to the Government Center, if you look outside in the atrium, you can see a small exhibit of these historical markers and their potential locations. It is quite a process, and so the markers are not quite ready to be posted yet, and I know as soon as they are, we will have individual celebrations for each marker, and we hope to see you there again. And I want to also thank the exhibit was put together by the excellent new county staff team of Stephanie Newman and Laura Kviklis. I hope I said it correctly. Are you here with us, Stephanie and Laura? Thank you. I know all of us here are immensely proud of this project, of the fact that it really truly is educational and transformative for years to come. And I know many, including, we're so happy to see Mary here again today, and the History Commission, who continue to make this possible. Very thankful to everyone involved, particularly the leaders of this work have been Suzette Reynolds, Crystal Santos, Cheryl Ann Rapetti, and Mary Lipsey, who have spent so many hours, countless hours over the past 2 years making this happen. I have a whole long list of people who helped. I'm happy to say it quickly, if that's okay, Mr. Chairman, because I know this has been a long project. We had Stephanie Duffield and Patty Gray from Haycock, Sean Miller from South County High School, Girl Scout Troop 3686, Carla Bruce, Don Hyman, Crystal Santos, Tracy Wynn, Mary Lipsey, Cheryl Ann Rapetti, Aria Callender from my team, Alicia Hunter, Deborah March, Robert O'Quinn, Katina Matthews, Ramona Carroll, Suzette Reynolds, Tammy Manarino, Maggie Goen, Maura Keeney, and Brian Heinz. And I also want to thank all of our voting committee members. Thank you all very, very much for your incredible work, and one more round of applause to everyone who worked on this project.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Palchik, any other discussion? Supervisor Gross.
This is such a great lesson in civics. And I'm delighted to see you all. I've noticed some of you waving at the television screen. And my request actually is, and I'm sure that there are many people, parents and maybe back at school, that are recording this, but I'm wondering if maybe Channel 16 might be able to do some sort of a DVD of this particular presentation, including all of the remarks, because I think this belongs in the school libraries and in the various locations where people have actually made the nominations. So that would simply be my request, so that we can actually capture this for all time. Thank
We
you,
will.
and thank you for all your good work.
And we are doing that, Supervisor Gross. I'm not sure everyone here knows what a DVD is. But we will make sure the video is available. Supervisor Lusk.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I also want to thank the students and the teachers for this very important work. And I'll acknowledge that we want to reflect the contributions of all members of our community and that we are all woven together. We are a community made of many, and I think it's important for us to sometimes stop and think about what others have done in support of our community. There's no group that's more important than any other. And I appreciate the work that the schools have done and the teachers have done to help bring this forward, because this is information that we can share for future generations, and I think it's just so important. So thank you all for your contributions and your efforts here today.
Thank you, Supervisor Lusk. Supervisor Stork.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and it is absolutely a pleasure and honor to recognize these students, their teachers especially, and really the community that's helped to bring us together and focus not only on our present, but just as importantly on our past, and how we have tried to create and support creating a more perfect union, which is the essence of the documents that created our republic. So that happens every single day when we make a difference and we work hard. Laura Keeney, particularly Mara, I'm sorry, thank you very much for your work, and thank you very much for your students' work. I also want to thank the other, frankly, Mount Vernon District folks who've really been essential to this process. Obviously, Gum Springs people, Ron Chase, Tammy Ranarino has been very involved, Ann Barnes, Sally Lyons, just a huge part of this, but especially and most importantly to honor Ann Harper and frankly the folks who with her, Curtis and Myrtle Burr, as well as Gladys Berry, who were part of the effort to overturn the poll tax in Virginia, and for what Mara, your team and your now fifth graders were essential in highlighting and making a difference. And so again, we're creating that more perfect union, and it happens every single day because you all make a difference. So thank you for making a difference for all of us and bringing forward the light that those individuals have helped us to create. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Stork. And seeing and hearing no one else that would like to be recognized, let me just say that I love everything about this morning. I love that adults throughout the county can learn from our young people, from the work that you did. You're the teachers, in this instance, of so many people who will read these markers that you researched and that you developed the information for. I also want to I hesitated when Supervisor Palchik started reading the list, because there's a group that's not on the list, and that's all of your parents. Because your parents are also being celebrated here this morning, not only for having such wonderful children, but for also being supportive of you and everything that you do, just like your teachers and faculty and staff at all of our schools are. And what I also love this morning is this is the largest group that we've had in this auditorium since 2019, for obvious reasons. And what a great way to celebrate community with so many of our young people, especially after what we've been through over the last couple of years, and it didn't stop all of you from doing the excellent work that you did to make this happen. I also love, as others have acknowledged, that what we have before us is literally the embodiment of One Fairfax. It is kids from every walk of life, from every ethnicity, from every background, coming together as a team to celebrate your work in a way that's remarkable and is a reinforcement of what a proud, inclusive, multinational, international community that we've created here in Fairfax County. Another thing that I love about this is, and I say this often, especially in recent times, is that we can't go back and change our history, but we sure can learn from it and do better. And in researching, I'm sure a lot of you were surprised in some of the research of the challenges that have been faced by people before us, and how we must, as adults and as young people, always strive to learn from that history and strive to do better and create a better environment for all people, not just in Fairfax County, but in this world. And that's an important role that history always plays. And so I want to congratulate the students, most particularly, but the staff and the teachers who worked with you on the research. As I mentioned earlier, your parents, our fantastic History Commission, being able to use the talents of our young people in a way we never have before. And to be able to come and celebrate that is so important for our next generation. And the History Commission has been doing a remarkable job of getting our young people involved, not just you, the ones who are before us, but I know some of the students at our universities who are doing a lot of work with the History Commission as well, and telling, as Supervisor Palachek said before, the complete history of our nation, and more importantly for us here locally, our complete history of Fairfax County. And so what a remarkable job to all of you. I am told that should this motion pass, that all of you will be getting certificates, and they will be handed out to you after this celebration this morning on your way out. And certainly want to thank all of you for being here today and for playing such an important role in making sure that the history of the county is not lost, but instead is used as a pivot point from all of us to learn. And thank you for teaching a lot of adults a history lesson. Isn't that cool? You guys got to be the teachers in this case, and teachers for a lot of people, so well done. With that, I think we're ready for a vote. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Very good. Very good. There will certainly be empty seats up here in the future for some of our vocal ones. I love it. Any opposed? Any abstentions? And as expected, that motion carried with a lot of people in support of it. And so with that, Ramona is with us from NCS. Ramona, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I just want to echo some of what has already been said about the amazing students that are here today with us who were able to participate in this project. As it has been mentioned, the Black African American Experience, this project's purpose was to reveal the narratives and oral histories of Fairfax County's African American communities whose rich history, curriculum, culture, and accomplishments are underrepresented in our history books. We have shared that these youth have given us a history lesson, have unearthed some things about Fairfax County that maybe us as adults didn't know. We are so grateful for the opportunity to partner with them, to collaborate with the school system on this project, to work with our community members who served as voting members of the Historical Marker Project, and also to work with colleagues and partners across our Fairfax County system, specifically our History Commission partners who worked with us and who gave us information to make sure that our students, our teachers had what they need to do the research. This has been a wonderful project. We look forward to the continued work that these young people will do, and we're just very excited of the impact that they're going to have in our community. So thank you.
And Ms. Carroll, thank you very much. Appreciate your words. And we are going to pose for a picture. This is going to be interesting. I know that our experts at the Office of Public Affairs are going to put together an amazing photo. And so we want to make sure that the young kids are in the front again. So if the adults could come with their backs to the dais here and face the audience. And then all of our young people can probably mostly just turn and face the audience. And I'm trying to help OPA organize this very wide lens photo. And the board will rise and do the scrunch, which we haven't done in ages.
Oh my gosh, you're in my space. You're in my